My family forged my signature, dragged loan sharks into my life, and tried to blame me for everything. Instead of rolling over, I flipped their script and watched their whole house of lies burn down piece by piece. When I say my family nearly ruined my life, I'm not being dramatic. It started on a random Thursday afternoon while I was at work fixing a printer jam and minding my business. My phone exploded with 10 straight calls from unknown numbers. I ignored the first few, thinking they were scams, but then one call came with a video message. A man I'd never met was standing outside my apartment door, waving a contract with my name on it. "Pay your debt by tonight or we come inside," he said. My stomach dropped so hard I thought I'd faint. I rushed home and found two guys sitting on the stairs waiting for me like they owned the place. They shoved the papers into my hands. A loan agreement for almost $10,000. My name, my signature, my address, except I never signed anything. The handwriting didn't even look like mine. My first thought was identity theft. My second thought, my family. I called my mom and she answered like she was in the middle of baking cookies. "Oh honey, I've been meaning to tell you. We had a little emergency. Turns out my brother had racked up debt, used my name, and dragged loan sharks into it. And my parents, they helped him forge my signature because he was desperate. They expected me to just handle it because I'm the responsible one." I felt something inside me snap clean in half. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I just went quiet in a way that scared even me. I told them I would take care of it, and they actually sighed with relief, like I was just the family ATM they could smash whenever they wanted. Instead, I went into full investigation mode. I pulled screenshots of every threatening message. I saved the video of the guy waving the contract. I even took photos of the forged signature next to my real one. The difference was embarrassing. The next morning, I walked straight into the police station. The officer looked at the papers, raised an eyebrow, and said, "Yeah, this is fraud." Hearing it out loud made my hands shake, but not from fear, from validation. They weren't going to gaslight me this time. My parents cracked during questioning. My mom cried. My dad blamed stress. My brother tried to claim the whole thing was a misunderstanding, but he slipped when he said, "I thought he'd pay it." He, me. My aunt called me screaming that I was destroying the family name. I told her calmly, if a name shatters this easily, maybe it wasn't worth saving. The loan sharks backed off the minute the police got involved. They didn't want their business scrutinized, and suddenly I wasn't worth chasing. Turns out criminals hate paperwork. My family, though, they weren't ready for the fallout. My brother ended up with charges he couldn't wiggle out of. He tried blaming my parents. They tried blaming him, watching them turn on each other after trying to sacrifice me first. That was the real justice. It wasn't loud or explosive. It was quiet, slow, a house of cards finally tipping over. When the officer asked if I wanted to drop the charges for the sake of peace, I said, "Peace doesn't come from pretending nothing happened. Peace comes from honesty." I thought maybe, just maybe, my family would apologize. Instead, my mom sent a message saying, "You didn't have to go this far." I replied, "You forged my name so your mess could become my prison. I went exactly as far as you pushed me." They expected me to clean up their disaster like always, but this time I gave the mess back. And once everything was settled, I sent my mom one final message. "You didn't just gamble money. You gambled me. And you lost." It was so heartbreaking when